So I hear bing, and I look down on the app and it's just like, okay, you won a yacht vacation. Gorgeous, top of the line, the most beautiful vacation I've ever been on. Okay, so this is why you want to make sure that you're manifesting from a state of being your ideal self. Instead of sitting here and manifesting everything individually, you manifest from being your ideal self, from being in a state of your ideal state of consciousness. And why it's important, because you can manifest things that are just you have the desire, but you think about it one time, you have a desire, you know, in the back of your head, you want it, and you don't have to do nothing else to get it. Now, this is how it is. When you have your ideal self and your ideal state, how do you get there? For me, I use affirmations, right? I'm a gorgeous, healthy, wealthy wife. That's my affirmation that I used from when I was out here in the struggle, right? From there, I used to go on Carnival cruises, right? Then the panini happened and it was some crazy stuff going on. And I told my mom, I was like, yes, my mom, because I used to travel with my mom before I got married, right? So I was like, I'm like, Mom, I'm never gonna ever step foot on another commercial cruise ship like that, you know? And I love boats. So I'm either gonna do a resort, all inclusive resort, or I'm gonna go onto a yacht, right? My mom was just like, okay, girl. So that was the end of that, right? So I go downstairs and I'm like, let me see, how much does a yacht like even cost? So I type it in and it was like $1 million. I was like, yeah. I was like, a yacht for regular people, not for Beyonce, not a Beyonce yacht, a regular person yacht. And it was just like, all right, you can get on a yacht for a week for a cabin. You can get a cabin for $10,000, and then you pay for your flight, and then you pay like gratuities and fees and stuff like that. So basically all in, it'll be like about $14,000. And I was like, okay, for a week, $14,000. I was like, that's a lot of money. But you know what? I would like to still go on the yacht, and maybe one day, you know, I'll get on there. You know, I can make $14,000. I can be rich, right? So it's like, okay. And then I thought about it and I sat there when I was Googling it and I like really pictured like in my mind, like being on the yacht, like, that would be nice, you know, being on the boat, just like being there and like having like that, the vision of like having those like islands or whatever, you know, that you can see in the water. So I was like, all right, that was in 2020. So I met my boyfriend at the time, but we didn't travel. I just met him, so we didn't travel together. Um, Fast forward 2021, I bought my car. Fast forward 2023, the car dealership invited me to a charity gala, and I went. And it was a cause that was really important to me. It's for like some Ethiopian kids. And I was like, oh, wow, I have to go. First of all, I have to go. It wasn't a choice. I was definitely going to go. And second of all, when I reached there, I wasn't planning on giving any more money. Like going in the first place, you had to pay. So, but I was like really pulled and I was like, oh my God, I really have to donate. You know, I really have to do something. So they had an auction and I bid on like 5 things. I really wanted a like makeup set, and then there was like 4 other vacations. And I bid on everything. It's like an app. You're on the app. So I looked on the app and I was like getting outbid like crazy. Like, and I was like, all right, well, oh well. So I hear bing. I look down on the app and it's just like, okay, you won a yacht vacation. Now, when I bid on that, I had no idea. I wasn't even thinking. I was thinking like it would be nice, but I wasn't even thinking I was really going to win that because, you know, it was like a thing where it's like other people were like outbidding me, right? So I was the like only person that bid on it. So I was able to afford it because we're talking hundreds of dollars here that I bid. And I was like, oh, okay, so great. So I won that, right? So between me bidding on that to pay like the taxes and fees that like everyone has to pay to like the people, the crew and stuff like that. And I had to buy my own flight. So by the time that I spent all my money and I did it, I ended up having to pay a quarter of what I had. It was less than $5,000, really less than $4,000 I ended up having to spend. And not only that, I was able to give hundreds of dollars to charity. So I'm over here because I manifested this, right? I'm able to afford to get on the vacation. I'm able to also give to charity. So now I'm like, I'm getting blessings from that. And it's beautiful, gorgeous, top of the line, the most beautiful vacation I've ever been on. And because now my mom is not a yacht person. Now in 2023, I'm with my husband, right? So it's like my husband is a yacht person. And he loves water. He's a snorkeling person. He loves to snorkel. He'd be out there wilding. And it just worked out so perfectly because even if I would have manifested it before, I wouldn't be able to go because it didn't line up with my life. But now that I'm a gorgeous, healthy, wealthy wife, right? It's like I'm out here doing stuff that wealthy people are doing for a quarter of the price. And I'm able to get so many blessings because I was able to give to charity. My husband is even in my life. Now my husband exists, right? And we're traveling together and he's having a ball. He's having a time of his life. And it's like, that's why you make sure that you manifest things. I never went out of my way, not one time, to say, I'm going to go on a yacht. I'm going to write it down. I'm going to write it down in my journal and this and that. It was a one fleeting thought. I visualized it one time and I spoke it out into existence once. I told my mom, I'm never going to step foot on a commercial cruise. I'm going to go on a yacht. Did she believe it? Nope. And that goes to show, did I really believe it? Sure. Of course I believed it, but I thought it was like 10 years from now or whatever. I never really, it wasn't a doubt. It wasn't even so close in my mind that it was like something I could even doubt. Right. So it was just like, when my mom was just like, she had a doubt, but that didn't mean nothing to me. Right? So it's the same thing with anything you manifest and anything you speak into existence. Just because somebody thinks it's unrealistic, like I'm sure my mom probably thought it was unrealistic because yachts are expensive, right? We ain't got no money to be spent. Well, we have money, but it's not to be spending on no vacation when you can go and have vacation for less than $5,000 and you're going to be over here spending $13,000, for 1 week. So it was just like, anything that you can do, anything that you think, any desire that you have, you go from a state. When I had that and everything lined up into place, I was in a state of abundance. I was in a state of, I was in a state of being married. I'm in a state of like a gorgeous, healthy, wealthy wife, and I was able to do it and manifest it without manifesting it, right? Unconsciously manifesting it and doing it with no doubt. It just popped up in my life. So that's why we have to go and do it from that. And once you hit that self-concept and you hit that state, everything in my life now, I don't have to do that. Everything is like, if I want something, it's a desire, but I don't have to be like, okay, now how am I going to manifest it? You see, it's like, I have a desire. All right, it's already done. Do that. And make sure that you realize that that's how easy it is. One time I said it, I spoke it out one time, I thought about it, visualized it one time when I was wide awake. I wasn't even sleeping and I was not meditating. I was wide awake and I was able to get it accomplished in the highest and greatest good of all. In the highest and greatest good of all, I was able to do all that. God did. All right. So thanks.